Hey, what's up, Seekers? Wanugee with Golden Dragon Fortunes, your K-Rap psychic. Hey, and today we're going to be doing a little fortune reading. We're going to kind of do it in a different way, but what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of give a reading in two or three different techniques, systems that we're going to use to help us figure out what kind of energy is flowing in the future. And we're going to use a couple of those, or we're going to use my Mah Jongg Tiles, my bigger ones I have here, my big gold ones. And we're going to use a little tarot deck too, a little dragon tarot deck. So that's going to be a tool. But the third technique that we're going to use, it's going to be you. I'm going to have you help me tell the future a little bit, and we're going to use tea leaves. So you guys are going to read the tea leaves, not just for the gossip, but for the actual reading the tea leaves for the future. So for today, what we're going to do right now is we're going to do it for Kim Jisoo. Yes, the 4D personality. Chichu, we love her. Chichu, the visual queen of Blackpink. Jisoo, great personality, lots of fun. And you know what? She has the same birthday as I do, January 3rd. Hey, Chichu, happy birthday. We're birthday twins. So I'm looking forward to this, see what it says. And I was born in Asia, she was born in Asia, so we have a little bit kind of the same, maybe we have a little bit of the same astrology too, who knows? But we're going to do that, and so stay tuned because we'll do that right now. So the first two ways we're going to do is we're going to kind of just look at Kim Jisoo's future for over the next year, kind of a quick overview, and we're going to use my larger Mah Jongg Tiles as part of our interpretation, and then we're going to use my dragon tarot deck, this one, the dragon, as kind of an embellishment, and see what they say as well, and kind of combine them. And then after that, we're going to kind of look at maybe her love life. And we're going to use a third technique for that, so the tea leaves. So it should be fun. It's going to be interactive too, so you guys are going to be helping me tell the fortune as far as maybe her ships and that kind of thing. So let's look at these cards, and we're going to start from the center and kind of work outwards to kind of show the passage of time. So the first tile here is called the dragon, the 5 of circles. The dragon, it's good luck, good fortune. Here's the gold dragon, so it represents good luck, good fortune. So over the next 3 months, seem like good things are going to be happening in a good way. And the card that's below it is a dragon card that's called, it's based basically on the basic tarot, and it's called Strength, the Strength card. Now, Strength represents, it's kind of a Leo card, Leo the lion, and so it represents strength. This particular card has an image of a dragon and the lion, and it's got a this scepter with the 2 snakes, serpents in the middle. And so what it represents is balance, that there's strength available, but strength is in cooperation and working together and balancing this dragon and this Leo energy, this lion energy, and having this Cuneus symbol, the serpent with the stick, the wand, kind of being about balance, kind of a tension that's being able to stand upright because there's a balance between the 2 sides. So it seemed like she's going to be spending a lot of time kind of playing the role, perhaps in the group in Blackpink as perhaps the balance of balancing the personalities amongst the girls, and kind of playing that motherly role that she kind of plays to kind of make sure that there's not a lot of tension and there's some balance as far as work, humor, and all those things that she can do and she can bring to the party because she's the oldest. And then at the same time, it says that there's going to be some happiness too. There's going to be some fun and happiness. This is the Heaven Tao, the 9 of Wand, or if you're Japanese, Kyuman, or Korean. I don't know how to say it, 9 in Korean, but anyway, this represents, it's called the Heaven Tao. It represents happiness. So it seems like there's going to be some happy energy around this time as well. She's kind of in her element, kind of doing what she does, and they're still going to be touring a little bit and having some good times out there performing. The card that goes with it is the Hierophant. She's kind of showing some strength from maybe behind the scenes and keeping things together maybe behind the scenes is not so obvious. And so she's she's reflective, she's deeper thinking, and she kind of sees things a little bit more perhaps than some of the other girls, just because of who she is and her maturity. And so she's trying to hold the strength of things together, but kind of working behind the scenes and not so obvious and out front and what she does and how she supports Blackpink and maybe in her own life. So that's what those tiles and cards say. And this is roughly about the next 3 months. So we're getting into maybe late summer or so, May, June, July, something like that. And then if we go out another set, we have on the left here, we have the sticks of bamboo, the water tile. So water represents water flowing. And so it actually symbolizes communications flowing. So it seems like she's going to be, after this 3-month period of kind of keeping the balance, she's going to want to kind of express herself more, maybe get opportunities to communicate, get out there a little bit more, put things out there. And the Queen of Coins, it kind of goes with it. And the Queen of Coins, this card here, represents she's kind of the queen and wants to kind of take a little bit more initiative to do things that might be about her career and kind of making some opportunities or money for herself. Maybe these are endorsement deals or contracts or things like that. So she wants to kind of put herself out there and kind of socialize and get to know some people and see what opportunities may be available to her. So that's what that towel and the card kind of combined represent. And it says on the other side that's probably around early fall. The chrysanthemum tile shows up in the Mahjong. The chrysanthemum is a beautiful, elegant flower. So it represents nice energy and it reflects that nice energy, and it kind of points to the fall, that maybe that energy is going to be optimized and available. And the card that's underneath it that we picked is the 10 of Wands, and this is it here, and it has all these torches and what have you, and it seems to have a little bit of maybe an Aztec Mayan rune in the background. But what it represents, she doesn't want to carry the burdens of everybody else at this point. Now that she's starting to, she played her role, and now she's starting to get a sense of maybe getting a little bit more out there, and kind of thinking about wanting to communicate more about her own career, and some of her individual talents, that she doesn't want to carry everybody's burden anymore so much. And it says that there's another card that goes with this and another towel that goes with this, and this is the East towel. And the East towel represents her, and it's saying that she, needs to start to, kind of do some things for herself and not just play the mother of the group, and take advantage of maybe some opportunities that may be starting to come her way from some of these talking and meeting of people that she's doing. And the card that comes up with it is the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords, here it is. The Eight of Swords, says that she's going to be a little bit frustrated at this point because she's, trying to unburden herself, not try to be the fixer of everything, and maybe she's a little bit frustrated, impatient, because things aren't maybe moving as fast enough as she would like, So she just needs to kind of create some boundaries a little bit, and know that she can't solve everybody's problems, and so she, has to kind of do what's best for her, not to be selfish, but just to be straightforward about it. And that may help her try to get rid of these frustrations, because she's going to be a little bit frustrated at that point. And then if you look out a little bit farther, this is probably about 6 to 9 months. So this is getting towards the end of the year, beginning of the new year. Things that are going to emphasize beauty, femininity, and nice aesthetics. The Six of Circles, the peach, represents young female energy, like she is, could represent her. And it represents creativity, femininity and beauty, a nice aesthetics of things. So there may be some things coming up here that has to do because she's the visual of the group, particularly from a Korean point of view. So there may be some things that may be coming up to express or to emphasize those qualities of her. And the Page of Cups goes with it. And the Page of Cups represents wanting to make new social contacts and kind of get out there and network and see what the opportunities are that maybe have to do with, maybe there's some new endorsements, maybe some fashion or beauty things that may be in the works right around the end of the year, beginning of the new year. And if we look on the other side, which happens about the same time, it says the Two of Wands shows up. This is called the Sword, and the Sword represents cutting A and taking B, or cutting B and taking A. So it says there's going to be a key decision or choice that's going to be coming up around the end of the year, beginning of the new year. And it seemed like it may be related to somebody of a position of authority, or some maybe industry titan or a key contact, maybe it's YG, the head of her agency, or maybe it's somebody who is very influential in these these socialized circles that have to do with beauty and maybe the beauty industry or the creative industries. This is called the King of Coins. The King Coins represents somebody who's at the top of their game, kind of an industry leader. That might be the person that helps make this decision or choice for Kim Jisoo, right around the end of the year, beginning of the new year, somewhere about 6 to 9 months from now. And then as you go out a little bit more, another 3 more months or so, and we start over here on the left, it says that there's, there's going to be, this card here is called the Chariot. The Chariot represents movement and making things happen, but it seems to be a little bit reversed here, and it seems like she's a little bit frustrated because maybe things are kind of stalled, are not working the way she thought, or there's some difficulties of completing or executing to some degree. It's kind of unfinished. So maybe she's starting something. Maybe this has to do with maybe those contracts, or maybe it has to do with maybe her solo around that time, that things were start to gel, but they kind of get stalled for some reason. But it does say there's going to be an opportunity for her to do some healing and let go of some of the disappointments, because the 3 of bamboo is called, well, it represents that. It represents healing, letting go of some disappointments, doing some emotional recovery, perhaps because she was frustrated by these stalls, perhaps, these delays. And it says that on the other side, it says that that's going to turn into temperance, where she's going to be a little more reflective and feel like she's going to be a little bit more balanced again, and the things are kind of coming together in a good way, and she can kind of be reflective and kind of learn what happened and kind of grow from it, and kind of move forward. And it says that there's going to be something nice then, because a pearl shows up in the Mahjong, and this one of circles, and the pearl represents something that's beautiful, refined, and precious, like a pearl. So it implies that maybe something nice is really happening then. Maybe it has to do with, again, some of the contracts and endorsements that she may be dealing with. But also, I think there's something that's coming together that has to do with her label. So maybe she's going to be closer to her solo, perhaps maybe a year from now, after Rose and Lisa do theirs. So I'm thinking maybe Rose, maybe this summer, maybe Lisa toward the end of the year, maybe beginning of the new year. And then maybe Jisoo, maybe 5 months, maybe May or something, summer next year. So that's what it says overall, in general, for Kim Jisoo, using the Mah Jongg Tiles and my Dragon Tarot cards. But now, the next segment we're going to do is you're going to help me do some ships, and we're going to use tea leaves as our tool. So what I want you to do is I'm going to prepare a cup of tea, drink the tea, and leave the leaves. And then I'm going to show you the leaves, and then maybe you can tell me, maybe there's some symbols there that kind of can indicate what are the ships, relationships, the love life in her future. So that's next. So I'll be right back. Let me get my tea. Okay, Blinks. Hey, so welcome back. Here I am. We're going to do this next portion, which is kind of Kim Jisoo's love life, and we're going to do a little tea leaf reading. So we're not just going to spread the gossip like you say with tea. We're going to actually read the tea leaves. And so we're going to take some jasmine tea, and we're going to put some of this into this kind of bowl so we can make it big enough so we can see it. And then we're going to add some little hot water, and we're going to steep this a little bit, and I'm going to streak out the water and leave the tea leaves. And so what I want you to do is I want you to help me, because I'm going to then show you these tea leaves, and you're going to kind of look at them and help me kind of determine what the tea leaves are saying. Now there may be some symbols there. There could be some animal, mineral, vegetable, symbols, different types of things, architecture, all kinds of different symbols. Whatever your imagination sees, that's what you're going to use to help kind of determine what's going on with her love life, maybe what gives an indication of what ships are sailing for her. Is there a ship sailing here? I think there's one sailing over here. Anyway, so you're going to help me do the reading. And, there may be some symbols that are in English, some letters. There could be some, maybe there's some Hangul, maybe there's some Korean letters that you can discern, or maybe there's some symbols or some images. So what I want you to do is to kind of use your imagination, and then maybe you can write down in the comments what you think the tea leaves say, okay? And I'm going to try to look at it, maybe give you a little bit of help. But so just hang on here, let me sip the tea, and then we'll take a look at it, okay? Okay, Blinks, Kim Jisoo stands. I sipped the tea out, and I sipped the water out, and I left the tea leaves. So here it is. So here we're kind of start maybe right here, and we're going to kind of look in here, and we're going to kind of go around like this, and maybe that'll be like the passage of time for the next 12 months. And maybe you can pick out what's there. I'm going to do a close-up of this so you can see it better, but we're just going to rotate around this way, and perhaps you're going to pick out some clues about Jisoo's love life. Okay, Blinks, here we are with the tea leaves. So we're starting right about here. This is probably close to now, right in here. So there's going to be some interesting things here. It looks like there's a little, is that a boat? Is that part of the ship maybe? With a sail, or is that a flag? What is that? What do you think it is? And then below here, there's some interesting things here. There's a lot of activity here that's going on. I'm not sure what that is saying. Maybe you have some ideas. And then there's a jasmine flower there. You know, this is jasmine tea, so here's a flower, a nice yellow flower. You know, if you see some things that you think you want to know the meanings about, just put them in my comments, you know, below, and I'll try to get some answers for some of your questions or some of the things you see. This here, this is an interesting thing. What is that there? Is that like a desk, or is that table, or something interesting? And then there's here. This is kind of a swoop up here. Looks like there's like a little something over here that's maybe a bottle opener or something, or not sure. Is that a rabbit down here, or what do you think you see there? Is there any letters or Korean Hangul writing that maybe you can recognize, that maybe give you some clues for that? Then we're going to go over here. Now, what is this here? What do you think that is? What do you imagine that's going to be? Is that something there that kind of gives us a clue? And then over here, this is kind of interesting formation of stuff here. Is this like a mermaid or something, or somebody seated in a car, or maybe something is flying above them? Sometimes, you know, different shapes of sticks and stuff have different meanings. Like I said, you can ask me if you see something. Maybe we can kind of, in the comments, give you some clues about what it might mean. You know, with Jisoo, I mean, who are her ships, possible ships? Is there like Jinyoung, or Suho, or Jin, maybe Bobby, maybe Bi, Minho? How about V? You know, Taeyong. Or what about just your traditional Jensu, and Chaesu, and Lisu? You know, her members. Is that where her ship is? Is that where her ship's sailing? There's some interesting things here that, what is this thing here? Is that like a bird or a butterfly or an angel? What is that? And this looks like it's maybe a person or something, or maybe the back of a person, or something like that. What do you think? What do you think, Blinks? Up here, what are these? Looks like a, what is that? What is that? What shape is that? What does that kind of give me a clue about? You see anything? You see any initials? Maybe some letters? Something that gives us a clue about what's popular? Anyway, this is about halfway out. This is about 6 months out. And then we go over here. This is kind of getting into maybe the new year or so. There's a Y there. Is that a Y? What do you think? Is that a Y or a V? What do you think, shippers? Seems like it's something like that, huh? Is that a little heart? Is that a little heart there? Maybe, huh? And what is that? A little cocoon? Is it kind of, is that like a little cocoon? And, whoa, what is this? This is interesting. Wow, there's a lot going on there. Seems like there's some interesting entanglements there. There's a little, well, there's that little jasmine flower there. Maybe there's some significance there. And is this another Y? Or is that something else? So is that, now what is that? Is that a little rabbit, or is that a whale? What are these? Lots of activity going on there. Lots of things. Maybe it's a swan. Is that a swan? Swan is a good sign. Anyway, so a lot going on here, a lot of activity, a lot of busy energy with others, perhaps. You know, that's why it's kind of undefined, perhaps. But what do you see here? What do you see, Blink? There's just some clues about who she's shipping with. And then there's this last lonely little thing out here, kind of towards the end of the year, maybe about a year from now or so, next May or so. Not sure what that is. Is that a bird kind of setting free and flying away? Going back on her own? So anyway, that's it. That's it, Blinks. There's your tea leaves. Tea leaves for the relationships or the ships for Kim Jisoo. Okay, Blinks. Hey, thanks so much for joining us and doing this kind of fun little thing. Fun reading for Kim Jisoo. We love Kim Jisoo. You know, we're the same birth date, and we're Capricorns, and I love her sense of humor and her 4D personality, and she's gorgeous, and she's talented. She's really improved in her singing and her dancing, hasn't she? She's just, wow, it's amazing. So really love Chichu, as we call her, Pikachu. She loves, and maybe we'll see her in the Pikachu Detective, Pokemon Detective. Yeah, I'm gonna go see that maybe. Maybe we'll see her in there somehow. Anyway, so thanks for joining us. It was fun. You know, if you have any ideas about the tea leaves and what they say about ships for Kim Jisoo, why don't you make some comments? You know, in the meantime, why don't you like and subscribe, tell a friend, social media, and until next time, wishing you all good fortunes.